Hello, everyone. It has been a while, y'all. It has been a while. I haven't been on here in over a month. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Um, a lot has went happened in a month, y'all. A month's time. Um, Welcome back. Sorry for my delay. The last time I was supposed to go live was Thanksgiving. And so, of course, with everybody being around family and all of that stuff, and I was with family, I have not been live since honestly the beginning of November. So I had, to get on here today to check in to see how everybody's doing and to also say that we're still going. All is well. And so much has happened in the last month. So much is still going on. And honestly, to God be the glory. Because y'all, when I tell you it has been uh, a trip, it's been interesting. It's been interesting. Um, but again, thank God for just keeping my family, keeping everybody. It's a lot that's happening in the world. And I'm just so grateful that we're still here. We're still alive and well. Um, I had a birthday this past Wednesday, so thank God for seeing 31. Um, and it's so many different things that's happening. I've been busy. Um, I'm writing a book, and thank shout out to um, my dear sister and brother, Vanessa and Keith, that is assisting and helping and kind of, he wrote his book. Go grab it. Um, um, it's just it's just so many different things happening, and I can't stress it enough. His book is called Cancel Cancer Culture. It's on Amazon, and I'm gonna drop the link below. I grabbed that book, and I'm so excited to just dive in and to see, his testimony and see how God has delivered him in so many different ways, and how he can help other people go through their tests and trials and things that they have going on. Um, so much. I mean, I just feel like I'm just going on a rant because I haven't been here in over a month. So it's like I'm trying to catch you guys up on things and um, just trying to make announcements and all that stuff. Um, what else is happening? I'm writing a book, bought his book, had a birthday. It's been, holidays back and forth. I would say always the last like 3, 4 months of the year, I'm busy doing stuff. Um, One thing I will say I'm so grateful for is that I am not um at my old job where, this time of year is stressful. And I think I'm still in that mentality, right? Where I was delivered or I was um, kept away, just kind of, I was held captive at one point and now I'm like free and I'm still in that captivity mindset. And it kind of goes into what I want to discuss today, talking about the wilderness detox. And I kind of gave it a name finally. I want to do a detox this new year. And I'm not going to do it the first month. I was going to do it in January, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Um, I'm gonna probably start it in February. And it's gonna be a thing. I feel like every year to go on a detox. Because the last detox I went on, it showed me a lot about myself. It showed me a lot about people. It showed me a lot about the things that I was holding in that I did not think was holding me back. And now that I'm aware, it's like, okay, I want to do that even more. And so I'm going on this detox, and it was going to be only 30 days, but I may be extended. I'm praying about it. Probably going to be a 40-day detox. And I'm trying to gather at least 30 people to go with me, probably 40 now. Now that it's like a person per day, right? And I want to for everybody to experience this thing of awareness, of just um, understanding who you are and whose you are. I realized that the more I'm away from the word, the more I'm away from just, my prayer life and all of that, the more lost I feel. Like, I feel a little bit lost now because I haven't been like diving into the word. I've been, doing different things and just not, being intentional or um I've been intentional, but I've been working so much and it's like my brain is clouded and all of that stuff, right? And like when I was in the word, when I was praying, when I was fasting, when I was on all these things, I felt like I had more clarity. When I was on a detox, I felt like I had more clarity. But now that I'm just out here winging life, that's kind of how I look at it. I'm just winging life and just going about my day. And that's when I feel lost because it's like, okay, what do I do? What do I do now? Where I go? Um, and it's interesting. It's very interesting when you finally when you go through that and you're clear-minded, right? And then you don't do it. It's like you feel empty and what do I do now? Um, and that's kind of what my book is going to be about too, is being in the wilderness. I feel like a lot of Christians, it goes back into, and I think I said it before, but it goes back into like Israel being delivered out of captivity of Egypt, right? And when they were going through the wilderness, they were in the wilderness for 40 years. And when they were going through the wilderness, they were so lost, right? Like they felt lost. Like some of them just like, oh, I want to go back to Egypt. At least in Egypt, I felt something. And I feel like that's how we are as human beings, is that, he delivered us from something, whether that was cancer, whether that was a abusive relationship, whether that was drugs, right? And you're delivered from it, but we sometimes go back to it because that was our life. We lived in that for years, or that became who we thought we were, right? And so instead of going towards the promised land, now we're starting to go back into the old habits that we did or that we had. And so it's like, okay, how do we make it to the promised land? But in order to get over and get to where you need to be going, right? You have to go through something. I think that's where we all get lost because that I am like that too, where um I'm doing good. I'm a good starter. But when it comes to finishing something, yo, it's like pulling teeth. Like I feel lost. And I started to put it into terms. I'm in my wilderness. I'm in that wilderness that, Israel was in. And it's like, okay, Kayla, are you gonna go back? Or are you gonna keep going forward? Like it's gonna get hard, it's gonna get tough, but are you gonna go back? Or are you gonna keep going forward? And it's like I have my days where I'm like super excited, super happy, super energetic. And then there's days where it's like, what's happening? What's going on? I don't like this feeling. I don't like the fact that I don't know the next step. Like it's so overwhelming. And I feel like that's how the enemy tricks you up. It's like he makes you feel like you have no purpose. Like you have no reason to live. Like plays these mind tricks. And some of us fall for it. Because like some days again, you are super energetic. You are purpose driven. You know where you're going. And then when you're journeying on this road of where you're going, that's when it gets tough. that's when it's like, okay, what is going on? What's happening? Like you feel lost, right? Like you felt like you had direction in the beginning and now you don't have direction at all. And that's kind of how I've been feeling for the last 2 weeks or so. It's like direction, and maybe because it's like I haven't been doing my purpose, like I haven't been doing the things that I've been doing before, where I was consistent with the podcast or where I was intentionally reading and studying and diving into things. And now it's just like life is happening, different things are going on. And it's like, okay, Kelly, you going back into the old habits where you are now dependent on self for a solution versus um, um, allowing God to give you the answer. And sometimes the answer don't come right away. And it's like, okay, what do you do now? Like, while you waiting on the answer, what do you do now? And that is the wilderness that I was talking about, where in the wilderness, the children of Israel had to depend on God solely. In Egypt, they had a king. They prayed for a king, he gave them a king. Even though the king was bad, they prayed for the king. And so some of them, after being delivered, they wanted to go back. And it's like, okay, us as humans, us as people in this modern world, we're doing the exact same thing. We were delivered from something. We were given another chance. We are journeying through our wilderness, right? In life, and everybody's wilderness is different, but we find ourselves going backwards instead of going forward. And I want to be able to help through that. And I think me going through my wilderness and it feeling the way I'm feeling now is to help somebody else get through their wilderness. Because like I'm telling you, like when I was going through certain things in my life, I'm like, why am I going through this? Like this is not for me, right? But then it started getting, I'm not one of those that sugarcoat stuff. This stuff gets hard. And you pray, you fast, and it's like, Lord, give me an answer. Like, give me an answer. Let me know I'm still yours. And sometimes that answer doesn't come right away. And so it's like, what do you do? Like, I need an answer right now, like today, not tomorrow, today, this moment, this hour, this second. And sometimes it doesn't come like in the form that you wanted to, right? But But then I realized, especially like looking back in the past and things that I experienced and all that, I start to realize and understand that it's in God's timing and it's better said than done in God's timing. Because God's timing is not our timing, but it's in God's timing. I feel like I'm going on a rant, and it's okay. It's okay because I haven't been here in a while and I have a lot that's happening. But when I tell you, it's like an internal battle. Sometimes your worstest enemy, the person that's against you the most, the person that puts you down the most, the person that just feels like they're winning is yourself. And I feel like that's where that song comes from. Deliver me from me. Because all I seem to do is hurt me. A lot of us hurt ourselves in ways that is not seen, not imaginable. You're in your head, right? Sometimes you come up with solutions and problems and things of that nature, and it's all in your head. And we try to get out of our head. Like we can sometimes be our own cheerleader, and then we can also sometimes be the person that's against us, right? And I've done that lately. I've been doing that lately. Don't know why. Like I feel like right when I'm at a breakthrough, that's when all these thoughts of, Kaylee, you're not doing anything, you're not, you're not going anywhere, you're not blah blah blah. This book is not going to be what you think it's going to be. And it's like so many different things that you're battling within that when I say it to somebody out, that's in front of me, that's not, internalizing all this stuff, they're like, no, it's something totally different. Like, I see this, you're going to be this, you're going to do that, you're amazing, you're awesome. But are you internalizing that thing? Like, can you honestly, truly say that to yourself and believe it? I think that's where we go wrong is that I don't think we believe in ourselves enough to keep going sometimes. Like a lot of us quit. We are right there at it. And we quit because it's like we're in our heads. Solely, we're in our heads. But this, I'm telling you, this detox, I'm like, I want to go on it now. Like I'm about to start doing it now, prepare myself now because it's like when I was on a detox, I was clear. I understood. And that's why I want a lot of people to go with me because it's like, yo, when I did it, all of the things that I didn't know that affected me, that I was internalizing, that I was allowing to grow and take root, that was negative, started to uproot because now I'm like looking at it like, no, you're not going to control me anymore. No, this is not going to happen anymore. No, I will not have these thoughts about myself. And now not being on a detox, it's like it's trying to take root again. And I have to go back and uproot the things that was going on. And I feel like it's only like the enemy trying to use all of those things to tear you down. I heard it on a video and I wish I would have saved it when it talked about the devil's not attacking, like looking to attack your kids, all of that stuff. The thing that he's trying to do is to attack your faith in God, in your mind. So if he can do that, he's won. Like when your kids are sick or when your loved one is sick or when you're sick, right? And the doctor gives you, oh, you have a year, oh, you have a couple of weeks, a month or so, right? How do you take that? Like, are you going to be like, oh, God's forgot about me or um, he doesn't love me anymore and I don't believe in God anymore and all of that stuff, right? Or are you one of those that regardless of what the outcome is, I will always depend and trust in him? And I feel like if the devil can just alter how you think and how you feel about God, he has won if you think negatively about that situation. Like I used to look at the things in my life where I'm like, man, God is punishing me. But sometimes I think about it now, it's like, no, that was just a test to see where my faith was, to see if I would depend on him, and to see if I continue to trust in him. But the devil made it look like, no, God is mad at you. He don't want anything to do with you. He's punishing you for the things that you did in your past and blah, blah, blah. Right? And I'm like, okay. So now I'm like, when I'm in that space of allowing God to use me in my secret place where I'm praying and I'm just asking God and he's giving me just scriptures and I can see his word coming to life is when I'm the most like purposeful, when I'm the most driven. And then when I pull away and not do anything, I feel like that's when I'm in the devil's like playhouse, right? Because now he's like playing tricks, like the things that I was like so high about with God, like, oh, God is doing this. I'm a chosen one. I am a child of God. Like I'm living all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, when I take a break or when life gets busy or when life gets tough and life gets hard, then the devil tries to use that same stuff that I said against me. Oh, no, you're not a child of God. Look at you suffering now. Look at this. Look at that. Right? And so that detox, I'm telling you, that detox is where it's at. Detox is where it's at. Like you take away um everything, I feel like everything. We go to people, we go to resources, we turn to drugs, we turn to alcohol, we turn to all these things to numb the pain when he can cure the disease. Like God can cure it. But instead we turn to these things to numb the pain. And then we get stuck and we get lost. And we wonder why we feel like it's like a hamster wheel where we're going in circles. Because like he even says it like his word is a breath of life. Like he said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out the mouth of God. So sometimes we're looking for life, looking for comfort and the things that surround us, the resources. But it said everything you need is within him. Even when he was tempted, like Jesus was tempted, he made it through that temptation through him, through God's word. And so that's like a daily reminder to keep like stay in his word. Life is gonna get hard, it's gonna get tough, but stay in his word. It feels like we're lost, like we're little lost sheeps. But he finds us in the word. You're found in the word. Your identity lies within the word. And if you don't read it, you don't feel life. And when you don't feel life, you feel lost. It's like it makes sense. Like I'm telling you, I didn't intentionally stop reading my word. It was just life was happening. But while life was happening, I felt so lost. And then he just kept, pouring into me the wilderness, the wilderness. Like we're all in the wilderness. And the devil wants you to stay there and feel like you're lost, but you're not lost. He's leading you to the promised land. He's leading you to the promises that he said he will give you. All you gotta do is continue to live for him. Give him the glory. Continue to trust in him. Have faith. Believe. It gets hard. Oh my God, it gets hard. It gets tough. I know. But I'm here to say, and I'm talking to myself because I'm gonna need this video. I am going to need it in the near future. He's telling us to keep believing, look up and live. Look up and live. The devil is out to play for keeps. He ain't stopping. Every day you hear somebody passing away. Every day you hear somebody being shot. Every day you hear, all this bad stuff happening in wars, rumors of wars, all that stuff happening. The word is revealing itself. We're living in perilous times, the end times. We have to look up and live. We have to come together as people. It says, people that were called by my name will turn from your wicked ways, turn from sin. Then I'll heal the land. Then I'll heal the land. But his people have turned away. Within the wilderness, we turned away. We went back into captivity. And he's saying you have to turn from it. The devil is doing his job. We got to do ours. It's going to get hard. It's going to get tough, but we got to keep believing. We have to keep believing. Don't ever quit. Because once you quit, the devil won. The devil has won. But y'all, this detox, I'm gonna drop some information. I'm really honestly, truly praying and asking God for guidance during this because I don't want it to be in vain and not beneficial. So I'm praying and asking God to kind of use me on this and so it can be effective. I want it to be effective. I want people to walk away feeling renewed, feeling like um spiritual growth. Like I don't want you to walk away worse than where you came. I mean, like when you came in, I want you to have some kind of clarity, understanding, guidance, um, direction, so that whenever it gets tough in this wilderness, it starts to feel like, you know, um, it will be better off if we turn back versus moving forward. I want us to get enough clarity to where we look at it like when Daniel was in the lion's den or the Hebrew boys that was in the fiery furnace, that they, said, regardless of what punishment you give us, if you throwing us in there, whatever, I will never bow to you. And I know that my God is going to deliver me. And if he don't, I'm still not going to bow. Like I want to have that faith that regardless of what I go through, regardless of what comes my way, regardless of what happens. And when you speak that, then the devil tries it, right? Or you're tested in that area. And I feel like that's why I'm going through this wilderness phase where I feel a little bit lost because that next person I'm going to talk to is going to have that same feeling. And so, how can I help someone go through the wilderness if I can't go through my own? How do I assist someone going through this wilderness if I never went that route myself? And so I'm going through this for not for me, but for people to see the glory of God in me. Because I ain't gonna lie, I felt like giving up so many times. I'm like, this is something gotta give. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Like we feel that, right? And some of us quit. Like we're like, you know what? I ain't even worried about it no more. I'm gonna stop with this book. I'm gonna stop with this. I don't want to work the ministry. This is too hard. This is too tough. It was easier for me to be in the world versus me over here trying to do this. But then I realized if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But it's not easy, right? It says, many are called, but few are chosen. I don't want to just be called. I want to be chosen. Mary was chosen. The 12 disciples were chosen. A lot of people were chosen. So many were called. So many were called. Noah, like all Abraham, Jacob, like all of these people were called and chosen. I want to be like my story to be told like Abraham's story, like Mary's story, like Jacob's story, like all of these stories, Job's story, Daniel's story, where they were at against their back was against the wall. They felt all hope was lost, but they were redeemed. They were saved. They made it into the Moses, like they made it into the promised land. So how we talk about their stories, I want my story to be told the same way. So you won't have to endure stuff and have to endure hardship, long suffering, temptation, trials, tribulation. There was some Christians that were thrown in prison. Like, if you think about it, it ain't gonna be easy, but it'll be worth it. And I said it before. I was like, I want to hear well done. And when you say that, the devil's like, all right, bet. You're gonna have to go through this to hear that well done. I'm gonna take this from you. I'm gonna take that from you. I'm gonna have everybody turn against you. Like you gotta go through stuff. It ain't no normal life. Living for Christ ain't normal. It's not a normal life. Or you can just wake up and just be okay every day. No, you're gonna feel attacked on every side. But who do you trust in? Who do you believe in? Like, this stuff ain't easy, but it's worth it. And it's gonna get hard. It's gonna get tough. But I'm learning more and more. The harder it gets, the harder my face should be. Like, Lord, here you go. Here you go. It's gonna get tough, y'all. And I mean, there's gonna be days you gonna cry, but get into your secret place. Go to God. Give it to Him and allow Him to work on it. Stop stressing yourself. Stop beating yourself up. This battle was never for you to fight. Give it to Him. We keep trying to fight it, and then we feel like we're lost, like we're losing the battle. It was never yours in the beginning. Stop fighting a battle. Give it to Him. I'm a strong believer on that. Stop trying to fight this battle by yourself, for yourself. Give it to Him. You already won. Your life has already been paved in front of you. The battle has already been won. We just gotta walk through it. And walking through it is hard. Sometimes you're gonna have to crawl. Like sometimes it's gonna be, what do they say? If you can't say a word, just wave your hand. Sometimes you're gonna have to wave your hand. It's gonna get tough, y'all. But keep going. We gotta stick together when it comes to, seeing a brother and a sister, going down and being down. Pick them up. Encourage them. When you see your sister or brother going through, like, hey, it's gonna be okay. God got you. It's gonna be all right. Don't give up. Don't give in. Keep going. You got this. Like sometimes we just need to have that reminder because it feels like the devil's winning. It feels like it, but he has not won. The battle has already been won. God, we serve a big God. We gotta walk like we serve a big God. I feel like when things happen in life, we walk around with our head down, teary eyes, like we don't have no life within us. We gotta walk around like we serve a big God, that He can do the impossible. Because when you're sad and when you're upset and you get news and you let this news kick the best of you, it's like the enemy's like, yep, I won that battle. Yep, I got them there. I'm gonna keep using that. Yep, that hit a button. Yep, they upset. Like life be life sometimes, but give it to Him and let Him make up the difference and allow Him to work in you and through you and for you and by you. That's all I got, y'all. Like I said, I'm going on a rant. I miss y'all. I love y'all. Um, I want to see a lot of us on this detox and just getting closer to God, getting stronger in spirit, and understanding like who you are and whose you are. Because if you don't have clarity on that, you will never succeed in everything in anything. Because you're gonna be as I was like just masking up and just being somebody that you're not. But when you understand who you are and whose you are, then you can walk with your chin up, your head held high, regardless of what comes your way. You got, faith. You trust and believe in the impossible, that He can do the impossible. And you don't allow anything to come and just steal your joy. So when things happen, y'all, pray. Ask God about it. Give it to Him. And as I stated, I'm talking to me too. Like I ain't saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I got it all, that I understand all. This Christian walk. You learn it more and more each day. You grow more and more each day. And um, my prayer is like, just give me the strength. I'm not even, I know I'm gonna go through it. Just give me the strength to endure. It's gonna get hard, it's gonna get tough. Or when it feels like I want to throw in the towel, just have a ram in the bush. Like with Abraham, when he felt like that moment he had to put that dagger in his son, like, allow me that even when it feels like the dagger is there and it's about to go through the heart, I can see a glimpse of a ram. And I know you're still there. So y'all, I love y'all. I miss y'all. I'm gonna keep I'm still committed. Life happens, things happen, but I'm still here. Pray for me, those who know the words of prayer. Pray for me, and my strength and my growth in God, and for me to not give up whenever it gets hard, whenever it gets tough. And my prayer is that you do the same. Um, because again, there's gonna be times that it feels like it would be better for just to give up. But that's where your strength lies. When you're weak, say I'm strong. And so in this moment, I'm saying I'm strong. I feel weak, but I'm saying I'm strong. And you're going to overcome. And you got this. I love y'all. Be blessed. And remember to do the thing you need to do to become a better you. And walk around. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. And always, 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 you know, ask God to reveal your gifts if you don't feel like you know your gifts. Okay? See y'all next time. I know it's on a Saturday, but I'm gonna start, going back to the regular schedule, Lord's willing. If anything comes up, I'm just gonna go the way God want me to go.